Okay, recording this video Tuesday, 14th February 2012. It's 1:36 p.m. Chicago time. Just recording this so I can get it out before the close of the day. And well, yesterday was a very low volume update. I think we barely did 1 million contracts yesterday. Kind of just ran out of steam up here, and just lack of demand. And today, kind of going the other way. Still pretty low volume though. Day's not closed, but it's 0.9 million contracts traded. Just we're still in an uptrend. Not sure that we're kind of breaking into a downtrend per se. Just losing steam, if you like. One of the things that I'm kind of looking at the moment is this better X trend on the daily chart, kind of still kind of trailing the stop up. 1317 is kind of a key level, kind of down here, and the low of the last couple of days down here, which is about 34. Around that level is kind of fairly key. The other thing I'm looking at is Nasdaq, better X trend on the Nasdaq, and you can see the trailing stop better X trend here is miles away from this. We haven't had that kind of blow off activity in the Nasdaq, so it's something I suppose I'm kind of looking for before this whole thing is over. But in the meantime, we do have kind of a downswing in place. Trin Systems took profits, close of trade on Friday, kind of reversed. That's kind of a short kind of signal there. A whole cluster of buying signals kind of took profits up here. Let me just show you the performance report, because this is quite nice. Kind of we're close to new equity highs on the better Trin system, so not quite there, but that's kind of nice to see. So but these did kind of swing down, so we're in the middle of kind of just a little bit swing down in terms of weakness. Then the longer term tick frame charts, 40,500 tip bar chart. So this is kind of the end of last week. We had exhaustion buying, Rambo patterns at the high, bearish divergence kind of comes in. We kind of sold off, and then this was kind of the news on Sunday evening out of Greece, where we kind of gapped back up to the 50s. Very weak buying up there, and I suppose we're just coming off based on that. On the 13,500 tip bar chart, it was pulled back to end of trend after this kind of exhaustion buying signal on the Sunday evening into that bearish divergence signal. And then I thought this bottom would hold today. I took a long trade into this kind of rally section. I thought this low would hold and we'd kind of keep going, but we've not. If I show you this on the 4,500 tip bar chart, so we're kind of rolling over after yesterday, pull back to dirty end of trend, flush signal here, Rambo patterns at the high, very weak selling kind of going on, and we kind of roll over, and then we have the I think it was sales numbers this morning that kind of again kind of pushed us up into the 50s, and this is acting as a real area of resistance. A lot of people kind of getting out at 50s. So I thought this was enough kind of damage on the downside to hold this lows, but you can see a whole bunch of blue professional bars kind of come in at 46, 47. We kind of roll over here. So I'll tag on my day trades. There were just two of them, but they were kind of nice ones. Going short on the pullback to end of trend sequence here on the 1500 tip bar chart. And the reason for that is we'd had our kind of exhaustion buying 1500 tip bar chart pre the open, and we hadn't seen exhaustion selling, so we're still in a downtrend. So that was kind of a good trade to take. The better entry on this would be kind of shorting that little amateur up bar there. I didn't. I just went in straight on the pullback signal, but did work out. Got out at the exhaustion selling signal, which is a pro signal exit, kind of down here for 4. And then I thought that was it, for me, one shot, one kill. But when we saw this kind of whole bunch, so we test back in, we kind of just nudged down by a half point or something like that on the lows here. Another exhaustion selling signal, but look at all the blue professional bars kind of coming in at the lows here. When we did that, I thought, oh, we're going to get a reversal, so I kind of went long. Just after this kind of consolidation phase here, you can see the professionals kind of consolidating. It was under a little resistance ledge on 500 tip bar chart, just waiting for a little bit of a pop, and that's exactly what we got. So it took another 3 points out of here. But Rambo patterns, exhaustion buying, blue professional bars kind of come in and just couldn't get this thing going into an uptrend. It just kind of lost it, and then we've had kind of exhaustion selling signals as people have just been getting out kind of down here. Let's see if this one holds on the 1500 tip bar chart down in the mid 30s. But anyway, that was kind of the day's play and what's kind of looking at. So not sure if we're kind of breaking down into a severe kind of downtrend, but we definitely up in the 50s, kind of ran out of oxygen and kind of had no demands and lack of volume, and so I think we're going to just go through a little bit of compression between these kind of low volume up days and low volume down days until we get some kind of trend direction with a larger volume bar. So let's see. Anyway, so there we go. I'll tag on my day trades and hope you traded well today. Short 45.75. And just checking my stops and targets. The reason for going short, pullback and a downtrend on 1500 tip bar charts kind of just come in. Just don't think we've done. I know blue professional bars kind of came in at lows, but here pre-open. But we're not seeing, I don't think, enough damage on the downside. So we've had this blow-off move on into the 50s. Blue professional bars, flush signal, but in terms of sell-off, it wasn't, a bottom yet. So, 6,000 on better momentum. Let's see if we kind of swing down and test. We come into an amateur down bar or something like that, and we kind of break the highs. I'll reverse and go long, but let's just see short 45.75. A couple of minutes later, it's not kind of turned around yet, but this is amateur up bar into 46.5s. It's kind of an amateur bar going kind of nowhere. If anything, that was kind of weakening. So just waiting for this cyclical turn to come in. Pretty slow activity. A lot of activity kind of pre-open. Nothing like a blue professional bar and amateur bar to give us a clue on the 1500. So. Okay, that was amateur up bar. So let's see, let's continue to hold this for a while, see what happens. Okay, here we go. We did turn around. Blue professional bar kind of comes in, almost to kind of get this move onto this short move here, and kind of breaking the lows of that blue professional bar, kind of coming down. Here's another one here. Target's at 41.75, which is a bit of a ways away, so after this kind of accumulation zone, blue professional bars here. But we're playing kind of pullback to end of trend and looking for exhaustion selling on the downside. So kind of just tested that top at 46.5. I had a bunch of blue professional bars kind of coming on the 45, two of them here. We've got support kind of due, but we've not seen that. We're kind of on the day's lows after the open. Not seeing that kind of sell-off move, so let's wait if the lows kind of get broken. That's potentially professionals kind of falling through the ice. All of a sudden got very jumpy. What have we got? 903, we've got business inventories, damn, holding through a number. Rainbow patterns, blue professional bar kind of comes in cyclical resistance though, so let's see, maybe well, going to get a little bit of fireworks, just be careful. Okay, we just come down to 43, we've got a flush pattern on the 500 tip bar chart here, playing off these exhaustion signals down here. But we're below support, so potentially in a downtrend on the 500. And this was 43 even was the low kind of pre-open, so we're always going to get a little bit of a technical bounce, kind of resistance around there. Cyclical support due, bunch of blue professional bars here, kind of coming at the lows, but okay, minus 7,000, that's a better type of reading. Target's at 41.75, so it's not all that far away. Could we get just a really sharp move down, get an exhaustion signal and kind of reverse? Just wait and see. Just still looking for an exhaustion signal on 15, so let's hold out for that. Broke down to 42, exhaustion selling on 500 tip bar chart. End of trend's gone off on 15. We're at minus 8,000. It's the right place to get out. Just looking for 41.75, just a fraction down here. So let's break the lows. Still got pullback to end of trend and a bullish divergence to put it on the 500 tip bar chart. So let's hope just another little pass step back down. Get taken out, please. Just out 175 for 4. Excellent. Took its time to come into this 3 times. Exhaustion selling now come in, pro signal exit on 1500 tip bar chart. So happy with that. Exhaustion selling blue professional bar. It's the right place to be out. This will probably make pullback to end of trend, but and that will probably kind of coincide with a cyclical support on 4500 tip bar chart. But yeah, it's continuing down. Just have to be out. So pullback to end of trend. Better entry was this little retrace here on the Emini up bar. But the reason for going short was we'd had exhaustion kind of buying bearish divergence flush signal, but we've not seen anything like that to stop this downtrend on the 1500 until we start seeing this sequence here. Excellent. 9:12 AM. So one shot, one kill. Not seen many of those this year, but anyway, there we go. Okay, a few minutes later, end of trend's just gone off on the 500 tip bar chart with a whole bunch of flush signals down here. So exhaustion selling, first divergence, bullish divergence comes in, then flush, end of trend. So that's a fairly kind of good sequence here, and it comes in line with exhaustion selling, bullish divergence comes in here. Just we're kind of blue professional bars kind of testing downs into those 42s on the 1500 tip bar chart, and then 45 we've got exhaustion selling kind of down here with a cyclical support kind of due. And on the higher time frames, you know, it's around support here on 13,000, so potentially we can get, you know, fairly serious bounce from this, but I'm not gonna bother. Thing to do would be wait for a kind of confirmation testing bar on the 1500, but I'm quite happy with my one shot, one kill, so I'll kind of leave it there. Just gone long 42.75, long 42.75, and no, so wouldn't take a trade, but I think we're just setting up for a breakout move. So here we go. 1500 tip bar chart. We had our exhaustion selling signal, first bullish divergence pattern, and we kind of went into this kind of resistance at 45. Emini up bars, a whole bunch of on the 500 tip bar chart. You see all these rainbow patterns coming into this high. So that was too early. We kind of came back in. We come back in at 42s, 41s. And look at all the blue professional bars kind of come in. Another exhaustion selling signal. Support holds here. And what we've just had is a whole bunch of, sorry, just cycling through my charts here, a whole bunch of blue professional bars holding just underneath kind of this resistance level here, acquiring. Just had a little bit of a sell-off, and Emini down bar here. That was the breaking the high of that Emini bar. That's kind of the signal. That's like a nice kind of low risk kind of entry point where the Emini is kind of getting wrong-footed. The professionals have done all the damage on the downside. They've set their positions, you know, with all these blue professional bars kind of coming in. Now we're breaking up above resistance on the 500 tip bar chart. Hopefully, you know, so we'll break above 44.5 and kind of get this thing kind of going. So just looking for a couple more points. So I'm just gonna, I think I'm going to put my target at 44.75 just for another 2, because that'll be just above the previous swing high up here. So let's see, it's rainbow patterns at the moment, but now if I got the trend direction right, this will just kind of keep going. So let's see. Changed my mind on the target, moved it to 45.75 just because previous high was 44.75, and if that gets taken out, it will just have a little bit of a pop, get some weakness there, we'll get a pop kind of above that. So 45.75 is a more logical place to put it. So let's see. Okay, here we go, a little bit of activity, broken up to 44s. So the initial kind of breakout rainbow patterns here, it's got a little bit of weakness, kind of came in, kind of tested down 42.75, and just now kind of sped above it. So we're kind of above resistance on 500. Still got this swing on the 1500 kind of in our favor. So let's see, all of a sudden people should have thought, heck, the trend has changed. So okay, we're kind of stubbornly holding above resistance here on 500, which is okay. Means it wants to break into an uptrend. Here we are, 44.25. Cyclical, we're kind of speeding up for our cyclical top. 44.75 is this recent little swing high here. So, okay, rainbow pattern into the highs there, into that cyclical resistance. So at C, still think we'll kind of get a little bit of a pop kind of going up when we hit 44.75. So still holding out, still holding long. Okay, coming up to 44.50, that's nice. So again, a little bit of weakness here with the Rambo pattern here, just came back into 43. You know, resistance becomes support. Here we go. So the original target was 44.75, just got hit, and so blue professional bar kind of comes in here. It's this previous area of swing high, so you know, you're going to get a little bit of technical weakness around here, but it's certainly not a blow-off move. Got 3,000 on better momentum on the 500 tip bar chart. We've got resistances kind of come in here, but you know, we're basically playing off this consolidation zone where the professionals were buying up before this kind of breakout. So holding out for 45.75. Oh, here we go. Come on. We just popped to 45.75 Rambo patterns at the top here. Didn't get taken out. And just hoping for just another kind of test back up. So classic. It's like just a point above, you know, previous swing highs where the amateurs have all of their stops, and that's what this Rambo pattern kind of, all those stops kind of getting taken out. You know, we initially got a little bit of weakness there at that kind of swing high technical weakness, and then you know, you push it a little bit past and you know, run those stops. So just hoping for a little bit more. It's 12,000 on better momentum, so, and a Rambo pattern here. So C, hopefully just on another little kind of leg up. We just retraced a little bit here. Exhaustion buying's kind of gone off. Pro signal X and so on. Blue professional bars kind of coming in here. Got cyclical resistance due on the 4500 tip bar chart. This has still got to play out to pull back to end of trend, and just hoping for a final kind of pop. We've not got exhaustion buying on the 500 tip bar chart yet, so although this was kind of a real bit of a rush, it was just kind of running the stops. It wasn't kind of people exiting the trade, so it's just going to run out of steam, but still think it's going to break that high, so just holding out. Go just out 45.75 for another 3. Excellent. So worth holding a little bit. Didn't hasn't formed pullback to end of trend yet. It's kind of still going a little bit on the 500, but quite happy with that because pro signal exit's kind of in. Blue professional bars, exhaustion selling, cyclical resistance kind of due in here. So very happy. 2 trades, 7 points, and wasn't going to take this. Wasn't going to trade after the one shot one kill, but you know, this setup was pretty nice. End of trend exhaustion selling, bullish divergence kind of comes in, we test, another exhaustion selling signal. All the blue professional bars kind of come in here, they poke it like a point, half point or whatever, below the previous lows, bang, all the blue professional bars kind of come in. And then when you had this consolidation zone here with these blue professional bars, just buying underneath resistance on the 500 tip bar chart, had a little bit of a test down on the 500 tip bar chart, and then bang, take off to the upside. So these blue professional bars that come in here are kind of buying on that little dip there, so it's not necessarily the end of the move, but and we've got exhaustion buying at the moment, so it's going to lose a little bit of steam most likely, but this was the little consolidation zone here under resistance, and then that little amateur down bar. Amateurs get wrong footed, bang, we break the other way, bullish divergence kind of comes in. We've had all these flush signals flushing out the sellers at these points, final exhaustion selling, bang, we go the other way. And there's the flip side, you know, kind of the exhaustion selling down here into exhaustion buying up here. So again, we'll just lose a little bit of steam, but anyway, so what is it, 10:42 AM Chicago time. It's good day's trading. Hope you traded well.